I'm so glad you decided to click on this video because even if 2024 hasn't been your year so far, I will be telling you on how you can still make it your year. So July is also over, so I feel this is the perfect time for you to have an intense 2024 mid-year reset. That is, we are going to go and review our goals. Now, don't worry if you guys didn't make any goals in the beginning of the year, because now you can still make your goals now. And we are going to make a vision board. We are going to have a big declutter. We are going to see how we can turn those goals into actionable steps or habits that we will be following every single day and make 2024 our year. So let's begin. Now, your step number one is actually the most important step, and that is your goals. So, take a piece of paper, open your docs or open your Notion. You can also use the Notion template that I am using to do this mid-year reset. And what I want you to do is write down all the goals that you have achieved and all the goals that you want to achieve in the during this rest of the year. So I will highly recommend you that you do this with me. I'm also be going on my Notion template and doing this step. So get cozy, get your laptop out, download my Notion template or open your own Notion or your docs, whatever, and write down two things. That is the goals you have already accomplished, and second, the goals that you want to hit this year. So I hope that you guys have written down the goals. So for me, let me just share some of the goals that I have already hit. So I worked out consistently this year. So that's, I have checked that out. Then the second thing is traveling. So I traveled to Vietnam this year. Then start my YouTube again. So if you guys didn't know, I used to post videos on my YouTube earlier, but then I stopped, and now I have started posting it again. So that's again something that I have completed this year. Next is to post regularly on my Instagram, have more home cooked meals, and read more. Now, the goals that I want to hit, I have written travel more, then I have written post high quality content on Instagram, then walk more, that is 8 to 10k steps, 8k to 10k steps every single day. Then I need to focus on flexibility and doing some yoga. Then I want to post one video per week on YouTube. I want to launch a few things on my Instagram, so I'm not going to bore you with that. Then I want to, for my career, I have written to do more projects and some other things. So these are just some of the goals that I have written. Of course, it will look different for different people. Now, if you want to be a little bit more organized, in my Notion template, I have divided it into 3 different parts. You can change the columns as per your preference or add one more. So I have written mental and physical. Next, we have career, and the last column that we have is something related to side hustle. So it can be anything like finance for you, or if you, I highly recommend everyone having a side hustle. So you can also write side hustle over there. So in mental and physical, I have put things like traveling, I have working out consistently, my yoga, then limit phone usage, and to read one non-fiction book every month. Now, the second thing, that column that I have is career. So in this, I've written that I want to switch my job this year. Then I want to do some daily studying or applying to jobs. I want to create more projects, research more on investing, and make daily to-do lists. Then in side hustle, I have more post high quality content on Instagram. So basically, you have all of your goals written down, and you are taking each goal and you are putting those into different categories just to have an organized view of your goals. Once you finish writing your goals, I know what you all must be thinking, because I'm thinking the same thing, that it is extremely stressful and that I have so much to do. I know that you all must be thinking that I wasn't able to accomplish so much in 2024, and now it is almost August, or it is August, and I have not, and there is so much that I need to do. But just remember one thing, that whatever goals that you're writing, it takes time, and you do have time. You still have some time, and even if you're not able to finish some goals in this year, you still have next year. So don't be so hard on yourself. So that is why I feel like doing this step is so important, because firstly, it will give you a sense of accomplishment, because you will see what are all the things that you have already accomplished, and then it would also give you a sense of direction on what are the things that you actually need to go and focus on. So once you have finished your writing your goals, we can move on to our next step, which is to create a vision board. Now, this step is actually optional, but I highly recommend it, especially if you are a visual person, because of course it's a way that all of your goals come into life and you can just see all of your goals at one place arranged in a very aesthetic manner. Not only that, once you make a vision board and you put it as a maybe a desktop wallpaper on it, or you print it out and put it on your desk or in your room, whatever, it acts like a reminder of your goals. It gives you a very clear idea of what are the things that you want to accomplish, and it motivates you that these are the things that you want to work towards. And when you have it in front of you, it will just keep on pushing you to work harder to achieve those goals. And lastly, it also is a sign, it is a kind of manifestation that you are doing. If you want, you can guys can believe in it, or if you don't, but making vision boards do actually help a lot. So what I like to do is I go on Pinterest and I just save and all the pins that relate to my goals, and then I go to Canva and arrange that in a very aesthetic manner. Now this doesn't have to look perfect. It just do what works for you. Don't think too much, or don't go and look at other people's vision board and try to just spend a lot of time on it, but try to make it look a little bit aesthetic, and it should have all of the things that you want to accomplish. So basically, go to Canva and you create a collage. You don't need Canva Pro for this, and don't spend a lot of time on it, or hours on it, or think that it has to look perfect. It should just be a way of that all of your goals are there at one place, and whenever you look at it, it reminds you that these are all the things that I wanted to accomplish. So once I'm gonna do that, what I will do is I will set it as my desktop wallpaper, and also as the cover of this Notion template, this mid-year reset Notion template. So you can go and do the same. Once you have finished your vision board, your next step is to write down some actionable steps. Now, making goals is not enough. You should also have a clear idea on how you are, planning to achieve those goals. That is, what are those action steps that you will be taking that will take you closer to your goals. Now, for example, one of my goals was to post regularly on Instagram, or to post high quality content on Instagram. So for that, the actionable item can be, I will go and create a weekly content calendar for my Instagram. Or for example, if your goal was to get fitter, then your action step would be to go and work out 5 to 6 times a week, and so on. So if you go to my Notion template, there is a small section over there for those actionable steps for your goals. So you can go and write down some actionable steps for your particular goals. For example, I have written to make a weekly content calendar for Instagram, post at least 6 times per week on Instagram, work out in the mornings, and go for walk in the evenings, so that of course I'm able to hit my walking goal as well, and I'm able to work out consistently as well. Then spend 15 minutes every day on YouTube script, then study every day, apply every day. So it of course depends on what you write, but what is important is that you are breaking down your goals into different actionable steps, so that you have a clear idea of how you are going to achieve your goals. Now, your next step is also very important, because this will make sure that you are sticking to your action items that you wrote, that it will make sure that you follow those action items every single day. And that step is habit tracking. We all know what habit trackers are, right? So it is a way of organizing your daily habits in a way which is also turns it into a challenge. That means you have your habits, and then you have your days, and whenever you complete a particular habit on a day, you just strike off that day. So that is what habit tracker is. Now, why it is so important and it is so beneficial for you is, firstly, it will make you accountable, that you are following your habits every single day. Second, it will give you a sense of accomplishment. So whenever you will go and strike off a particular habit from a day, it will give you a kick of dopamine. It will make you feel so motivated that you have to go and strike off that particular habit from the entire month maybe. Thirdly, it will turn an action into a muscle memory. So as per James Clear, who wrote Atomic Habits book, which I'm sure you all must have read it or at least heard about it, it takes around 60 to 66 days for a particular action to become a habit. And so if you are sticking to a particular habit every single day for around 60 days, it will become a muscle memory to you. It will come as a habit, it will become a part of you and of your day, of your schedule. And thus, this is where habit tracker comes in. Now, if you go to my Notion tracker, let me give you a quick tour. So in your Notion tracker, I have divided it into 8 habits. You can change the habit as you want. When you click on add a day, this will add a particular day, and then you can set your motivation for that day. This is completely optional. You can go and delete it if you don't want that. And in place of your columns that have habit 1, habit 2, habit 3, you can go and change what habits you want. It can be anything. You just have to break down your actionable steps into now habits that you will be following every single day. Just make sure that you are not writing so many habits, that you don't have like 10 habits. I recommend a number somewhere between 5 to 8 habits. Even 8 habits is quite a lot, but of course it depends on what kind of habits that you are writing. If you are just writing a habit of, drink 3 liters of water or some anything like that, so if it is achievable, then it's okay, you can have 10 habits. But if you are writing a little bit harder habits, then just keep it bit minimal, because it will actually do the opposite of making you feel motivated. It will start making you feel a bit overwhelmed, because you will every day you will go and see, oh god, I have so many habits to do every single day, my whole schedule is completely packed with my habits, and I don't have time to do extra work, the real work or real study, whatever. So just keep your habits a bit minimal and realistic. Now, next is to declutter your space, that is mentally, physically, and digitally. Now, I know that there are so many emails that you need to unsubscribe from. You need to clean your inbox. It is filled with so many spam emails. So go and do that. I would highly recommend you to create 2 different email accounts. So one email account is your spam email account that you use for, to signing up on different websites, and that you can receive your promotional codes, OTPs, and all that. And your second account is your primary account that you use for your work or your stuff, your work stuff. So that is your primary account. Okay, so do that, go and do that. Secondly, clean your phone a bit. I know it can take a lot of time. We all have some screenshots, we all have some photos that we don't need anymore, so go and do that. Take your time in doing that. Go and delete all of your screenshots from your laptops, your documents, files that you don't really need. We can all use some extra storage space, so go and do that. Then you have so many messages maybe that are completely spam, or you want to go and block those numbers, or you have so many Notion templates. I personally have a lot of Notion templates that I don't need anymore, or that are basically redundant. So go and clean those up. Your desktop, just have a digital declutter and clean your digital space. Next, to declutter your physical space, you can go and organize your closet, clean out your closet. I know we all have some things over there that we think that we're gonna wear, but we actually never do. So go and clean your closet, clean your room, maybe reorganize your room a bit, clean your desk, organize your notes, organize your study material, and give your physical space a little bit of a reset and clean, declutter basically. Now, to declutter mentally, just we all know that we all have some toxic people in our lives which don't serve us anymore, who are toxic, and we have always wanted to remove them from our lives. So maybe this is the time when you go and do that. So go to your Instagram and remove all of those people from your phone, from your Instagram account. Then delete all those contacts from your phone that you know that you don't really talk to, don't want to talk to. Block those numbers, remove the negativity from your life. So anything which is not serving you, which is not really helping you grow in any way, mentally, physically, career wise, anything, anything which is not serving you or which is holding you back, you need to get rid of those things. Have a declutter. This will give you a fresh start. This will clear your mind, and trust me when I say this, your mind will feel so much at ease and so refreshed. The last thing that I want to share is to believe in yourself. We each and every person in this world can make goals. We all can make goals. We can make actionable items. We can make habits, habit trackers, and everything. But what every person is not able to do is believing in yourself. This is where it all actually starts. It all begins with self trust. It all begins with believing in yourself. If you yourself don't believe that you will be able to follow all of those goals that you have written, then what is the use of writing those goals? You won't be able to finish them anyway. If you don't believe in yourself, if you think that you won't be able to finish it, there is no use in writing those goals, and those goals will just keep piling on and will keep moving on to next year, and then next year also you're going to feel the same thing, that it's going to move on to next year and so on, and you will never be able to accomplish what you wanted to do. I am right now telling you this, that whatever goals that you have written right now, you are 100% able and capable of accomplishing each and every single goal. Please understand this, that it all starts with self-trust, because if you yourself are not able to believe that you will be able to finish or do something, that how will you actually make it happen? So that is all I wanted to share with you in this video. Do let me know in the comments how your mid-year reset goes. And do remember this, that even if you're watching this video in October, in November, it is never too late to have a whole reset. You can do this whenever you want, at the end of the year, beginning, middle, whenever you want a fresh start, whenever you want to get serious for your goals and achieving your goals in your life, and when you start believing in yourself, that is that is the correct time for you to have a mid-year or any kind of a reset. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one.